Welcome to the workshop, the KPI blueprint. It will be around 2 hours program, and we will have a couple of exercise as well in between. So hopefully, at the end of the program, we will be getting something with you, which can be helpful for you in your corporate world. This is Rupak Zaidi. I'm the Vice President for World Academy. And presently, I'm presenting this workshop from the Director's Office in London, World Academy's office in London. So, for the next 2 years, I'll be with you as a host. Let me share my screen. So the KPI blueprint, actually, it will be the synopsis of KPI, the gist of the program or gist of the, topic. We'll be doing some exercise as well, I told you, so that there will be some learning points you can carry with you after the program. It's not a theoretical based webinar type, it's a workshop based program. All right. So organizations are busy tracking what is easy to measure rather than what is critical to success. That is a very important note we need to consider, because nowadays we always focus on what is easy to measure, what is visible, the output or the outcome which we can see everywhere. We are trying to measure those rather than which is very critical towards the success, which is very important to measure for achieving the success. We don't focus on those because these are very difficult to identify. So we always try to escape from there. That's why what we need to do, we need to shift our KPI mindset. We need to shift our KPI, a KPI setup or KPI project from being passive scorekeepers to becoming an active business drivers. So I repeat, passive scorekeepers. That means KPI is always numeric. We always tell that should be a numeric one for sure. But at the same time, it should not be only the scorekeeping role, only the items in the portfolio, in the basket, all are numeric, but it's for item in the sake of item only. Rather, it should be an active business driver. That means we need to build this KPI in such a way so that it can help, it can, assist us to drive the business actively. So it will be giving you the analytical thought. It will be giving you the, I mean, the ideas through which you can analyze the business and take a decision which can drive the business. That's why we call it as an active business driver. So we will be talking about those areas, how we can make these KPIs in our organization to make it more business drivers. How it can be, if it has three features: alignment with the strategy, connection to execution, impact on results. So if your KPI, what you have designed for your organization, if it contains these three features, alignment with the strategy, connection to execution, impact on results, then it could become a business driver. Okay. The KPI is a strategic compass. Why we tell it as a strategic compass? Because it provides the direction. For example, for this year, you are a startup company, you are working in a startup company, and the first 1 or 2 years, their major focus is to build the network, is to build the market. It's not for the profit. So all the indicators or KPIs is being set based on the objective, right? So anyone comes in the organization and look into the KPI sheets, they will find what are the directions this companies has been set for this year. That's why we say that KPI provides us the direction. Translate vision into action. So there are two things here. Vision is the top, action is the bottom. How this will be connected by using this KPI setting. So from the vision, you need to translate the vision into action so that you can achieve your vision through this action. Create organizational alignment. How it works? Like, uh, first, you need to set organization KPI. For example, set a KPI for the organization, like increase customer satisfaction. So that is the KPI for organization. Now, as you know, the KPI setting always comes like a cascading option. So from the organization, you need to set a departmental KPI. First, identify what are the departments involved for this. Okay. So here, increase the customer satisfaction, the customer service department, then sales department, then production department, if it is, or service, whatever it is. And then what else? Distribution. Okay, for example, these 3 4 departments. So now the process, the steps, what I'm following here. First, set the organization KPI. I mean, it's the objective. Sorry, it's the objective. Then let me put it KPI, percent of increased customer satisfaction. Okay, so now it's a KPI, organization KPI. Now, if we cascade it to the departmental level, we need to identify what are the departments. So you found there's 3 departments. For each department, you will set a KPI which is connected with this. For example, if it is a customer service department and you set a KPI that lead time to answer customer query. Okay. Now, this is the KPI which is connected with this. If your customers are getting your answer very promptly, they will be more satisfied. Okay. The same way, you can connect another KPI for sales, another KPI for production or distribution, every part. Now, you see, this is called alignment. In the same way, you can cascade it to the individual level, but all the way you are trying to align the individual, department, and organization. That is called organizational alignment. Then enable decision making, as it is giving the direction, so it helps us to take the decisions. Drive accountability and prevent the distraction. So these are the strategic compass characteristics for KPI. Sorry. Okay. The strong KPI, if we want to establish, if we want to write a very effective KPI, smart KPI, or strong KPI, which has a big impact on your performance, on the performance of the organization, what are the features aligned with the strategy? The first thing, it should be aligned with the strategy of the organization. Then it should be specific and focused, very very specific and focused. That means uh, all the concentration can be drawn through this KPI, where we need to concentrate. And then measurable and quantifiable. For example, say if we think about leadership. Okay, if we think about leadership, can anyone tell me in the chat box, is it possible to uh, is it possible to measure the leadership item in a numeric value? You can write it in the chat box if you agree or if you not. Okay, can we measure leadership skill or leadership quality in a numeric value? Is it possible? Because we said it should be measurable and quantifiable. Yes, we can. Can anyone give an example? You can raise hand. I can give you permission to unmute. Can anyone give an example how we can measure leadership in a numeric value? Or even you can write it in the chat box or raise your hand. I will give you permissions for unmute yourself. Okay. One person. I'm. You can unmute. Yes, you can unmute and talk.
Okay, hello everyone.
Yes, please.
My name is Husseini Zongnaba. I'm from Burkina Faso in West Africa.
Okay.
For me to measure, please you will please me because my English is I'm
It's
trying
okay.
my best. Okay. For me to measure the leadership in the management in the company, we can use the number of person that are raising are going out the company by the number of person already in the company. We can also collect the satisfaction data from the
Understood.
employees.
Right. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you very
Yes.
much. I can hear from another person, please. Ibrahim. Okay. So,
Hi, how are you? Can
yes,
you hear
please.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, my name is Ephraim from Zambia. I think one way we can measure leadership is by assessing and noticing how well the objectives and targets that are being set are well being implemented as well as being met. Because meeting a set target or an objective means that there was efficient use of resources and utilization and management of all the key personnel to make sure that everyone was doing the right thing at the right time to meet that target. So I feel like for me, a way to measure
Wonderful.
a way to measure leadership is by seeing how well those targets are being met.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much. So now, one thing we can, taking from this example, though we are measuring leadership, but nowhere the leadership word is there. So that means but if it is a production, you could say the number of unit produced or or quantity of the production. So production word will be there. So you find here two things. One is, if you are measuring any really quantifiable item, you can directly measure that. And secondly, if you do not measuring directly quantifiable item, then you need to go with the impact of this item. It's not exactly what we are measuring as the leadership. It is we are measuring the impact of leadership. So that is the point I wanted to come. I wanted to talk that though we told that measurable and quantifiable, sometimes you can imagine, you can see, you can think that this cannot be measured. Leadership cannot be measured. So in that case, what you need to do, you can identify what are the impacts of this leadership so that you can measure the impact. So sometimes we can measure directly, sometimes we can measure the impact. But in any case, we need to measure it in a quantifiable item. That is what KPI says. Okay, then achievable but challenging. The the target, the benchmark we set in against of KPI, it should be achievable, but it's not achievable by sleeping. It should be a challenging benchmark. Then actionable and controllable. We can take action on this, we can take control on this. And balanced, leading and lagging. We will know about leading and lagging in the later part of this program. Okay, these are the characteristics of strong KPI. Now, the KPI project life cycle. If you treat, if you think that you will implement KPI based performance management system in your organization, then my suggestion is you need to follow this project life cycle of KPI. If you cannot follow it in any part, if you find that it's not, there is some lackings of any of this component, then you will not get 100% benefit from this from this project. So let me tell you, let me go through one by one the component. The first component is awareness. Awareness for what? Awareness among the employees, among the team members about KPI and its impact, its application, its output, its benefits, everything. That is called awareness. So first thing, you need to make sure that all of the people or majority of your people in the organizations are highly aware about KPI, its application, its outcome, its benefits, every part, its challenge. Okay, that is first thing, aware. Secondly, design or identify. I used it two terms here. Design means if there is no KPI available in your organization, then you need to design or develop KPIs. That is called design part. If sometimes what we do, we hire a consultant and develop KPIs for our company, and this KPIs could be, say, 500 KPIs you have developed. Every year you are using 200 or 250 KPIs out of these 500 KPIs, because KPI, setting KPI on every year based on what you are going to achieve this year. So it is varied, it is shifted, it is changing. So once you are hiring a consultant, you can develop a KPI library with 500 KPIs. Now every year you sit, or a team is sitting together, and identify what are the KPIs will be used for this year. That's why there are two parts, either design or identify. Then implement. One of the very important, of course, this is also important. If development is not working well, of course, you will not get the benefits. Then implementation, major part for this project. Majority organization, so many, not majority, so many organizations have developed KPI perfectly with the assistance of consultant or by their own team, but failed for implementation. They could not implement perfectly, successfully. Then it will be again a problem. And then the monitor part. You implemented, you developed perfect KPIs, smart KPI, and you implemented it. Without monitoring, you will not get the result. KPI is not a tonic. KPI is only a tool. So you need to monitor to achieve the performance. Okay. Then measure. One of the significant area, and in this particular area, measure, majority people are facing challenge. They cannot measure it perfectly. They cannot measure in a numeric value. They do not have any tools to measure this type of KPIs. So that is another very challenging component. You need to set a measurable items. You need to set a measurement criteria, set a measurement formula, set a data flow so that you can acquire, you can get the exact numeric data to measure this KPI. Okay. And then analyze. So up to this, okay, fine, we measure it also. You measure that you achieved 60%. You measure that you achieved 90% and stop there. In the next year, again you will achieve 60%. Why? You didn't analyze why I couldn't achieve the rest 40%. So after measurement, we need to analyze it for improvement, for better understanding, for improving the performance in the coming years, coming months. So that's why we need to go for analyze. And lastly, it is called reward. Without connecting reward, the implementation of KPI could backfire in the organization. There are so many records, so many examples. If your KPI based system is not connected with the reward, that means if I achieve, what will be my benefit? If I cannot achieve, what is my punishment? So there should be a clean and clear demarcation, clean and clear connection with the KPI achievement system along with the reward management system. So that's why this is a complete cycle for KPI project. I name it as KPI project life cycle, ADIMAR, ADIRIIMMAR. So in this ADIMAR is the entire issues of KPI, where you need to learn the awareness part, the development part, the implementation strategies, the monitoring tools and strategies, the measurement criteria, analyzing templates or tools, and connecting with the reward. That is what KPI project life cycle is. Okay. Considering this project life cycle, we have one course that is called Certified KPI Specialist. I repeat, Certified KPI Specialist program. Okay. Considering this all component, you will find every parts during this program. Yes, please, you can ask the question.
Yeah, sorry, sir. Thank you very much for this kind of presentation. And actually, we're enjoying the way you teach us. You did this in the summit, and today you are trying to give this offer. So I'm very much interested with this KPIs project cycle, but particularly I want, if possible, you repeat just this analysis side and reward, just to make a clear clarification to these two words. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
thank you very much. So this analyze means you need to analyze the result. Once you measure it, that means your achievement. For example, you have 10 KPIs or your department have 5 KPIs. So out of 5 KPIs, 3 KPIs have been achieved at 90% level, 2 KPIs achieved at 50% level. If you do not analyze it, why it happened, Every time the failure may not because of the skill set. Failure may be connected with the other department's contribution. So you need to analyze it. If you analyze it, then in the coming days, in the next month or in the next quarter or in the next year, you can improve your performance. If you cannot analyze, the same thing will repeat in the coming years or coming months. So there won't be any improvement. That's why analyze is important. And reward means if you implement this KPI based system, you need to connect it with the reward management system. For example, increment, yearly increment connected with KPI achievement, promotion partly connected with KPI achievement, then any kinds of incentive going to connect with the KPI achievement. So everywhere, whatever it is, every kinds of reward that you are going to declare may be connected with the performance management system or KPI achievement system. Then people will feel encouraged. If you cannot connect it with the reward system, previously the promotion based on some criteria, nowadays it is also based on some criteria, then why people are interested to concentrate on the KPI system? Okay. All right, so that is what I told you that once we understand perfectly the entire cycle and implement every component in the organization, then it will be a successful implementation of KPI based PMS project. Okay. Now, what KPI is? There are a couple of terminologies we're using for the performance management. One is the performance, which is called achievement, the result. It is not the effort, right? It is the result, what we have achieved so far. That is called the performance. And it is based on the past, not the future. Performance means what we have achieved in the past. It's not in the future state. And then skill, it is a technical know-how and ability to perform. So two things for the skill set: ability to perform or technical know-how, right, for any particular areas. Then indicator, which is the topic for us today, performance indicator. So the root of performance indicator is indicator. We need to understand what indicator is. Indicator means it's the factor or area of measurement. I repeat, indicator means area of measurement. So the major mistake we used to do, we set a big sentence for KPI. It is not. It is a part. Like measurement factor means, say for example, you are visiting doctor, okay, physician. What do they evaluate? They evaluate your blood pressure, your pulse rate, your glucose level or sugar level. So these are a couple of items this doctor is checking. This item is called indicator. This is called health indicator. To evaluate your health, the areas through which we measure, that is called health indicator. The same thing, if we use any criteria to measure the performance of any individual, then it is called performance indicator. Okay. It could be time factor, it could be quality quantity standard, it could be cost, it could be profitability, it could be sale volume or retention or engagement or learning, whatever it is. Okay, so these are the criteria or area of measurement through which we measure. And performance indicator, I told earlier, the area through which you measure performance, it is called performance indicator. So measurement areas of the result, it differ due to positions. For head of HR, for head of finance, for head of accounts, or head of production or manager production, the KPIs or indicators could be different. So considering the positional aspects, it is varied and it is not target or not goal. So performance indicator is not at all goal. The mistake what we have done previously, let me share with you. Say for example, we used to set KPI like will achieve $1,000 sales by end of 2025. That is a KPI we wrote previously. Okay, but it is not a right KPI. It is a complete objective where all the parts are there. What is the KPI then? KPI is volume of sales achieved at the end of 2025. That is KPI. So this could be an objective, smart objective, and this is the KPI. For against of every KPI, what we set? We set a target. What is the target? Target is $1,000. That means for the entire statement have been splitted into two parts. One is real indicator, real performance indicator, and another is the benchmark or target in against of this indicator. Right? So previously, even as a consultant, we also set up KPI like this. I'm talking about back in 2010, 25, 6, 7, 10, like this. After that, it has been realized that it is not a correct format. The correct form is two separate column. One is indicator, another is target. So two are completely separate thing. Clear? That means KPI is not target, is not goal. Target or goal is another item we need to put in against of every KPI or indicator. So KPI is only through which we measure. For the salespeople, we are measuring the volume of sales. For the production people, we are measuring number of produced items like this. Okay. Now, is the measurement areas of target or goal achievement. And what is the key performance indicator? So from the performance indicator, if we want to use this PI for very specific area, very key areas of the performance, then it is called key performance indicator. Okay. So the root of KPI is indicator. Then it is performance indicator. Then it comes as key performance indicator. So measurement areas of key results, not all results. That means you are focusing. You are not, considering your whole portfolio. You are focusing on a very specific item. And the last one is the result area. What is the result area? Where the result is visible. Where the result is visible. Like area through which the result is visible. For example, profit or compliance. These are result area. Okay. So all these items are separate. We have learned about result area, learned about indicator, your KPIs or goals or targets, etc. And goal or target, that is future oriented, which we are going to achieve. What is our targeted item? So based on the prediction, we used to set our goals based on our prediction. So now a question to you. You can write in the chat box. I'm following it. Which comes first, goal or KPI? Goal or target or KPI? Which comes first? You can write in the chat box. Goal. Okay. Very good. Everybody are agree with the goal, right? Wonderful. So there is no one who says KPI. Interesting. Okay. Now let me give you a case analysis. Okay. Suppose we select 10 people and tell them that, okay, you are being given $5,000 each for doing a business, small type of business. What could be your goal for the next year? Suppose business is a small food shop, tea, biscuits, banana, this type of small food shop, cottage shop type in the road, the street food. That is the business you are going to do. With $5,000, what will be your target for the next 1 year? Okay, that is what we can give a assignment. So 5 people or 10 people can come up with 10 different types of goal. Someone could say, I will make a profit of $10,000 in a year. Someone could say, I can establish another 3 street shops in different branches, different cities. Someone could say, I can make a chain shop at the end of the year. So there are different items, different types of targets, different volumes of targets they are setting. Okay. Now, if I ask them, look, this is $5,000 for each, take it, go to that place. There are 10 shopkeepers. This type of shopkeepers, they are doing business for the last 10 years. Talk to them. You can talk to them for 1 hour, and after that, you can come back and set your target. The program, etc. So I asked that you go and talk to these 10 people. What could be the discussion point? What they will talk? Can you please write in the chat box, if you are the person, what you will ask these shopkeepers, those who are experienced? What are the items you will be discussing with them? Repeat, if I ask these persons, go to those area for the shopkeepers, those who are the experienced persons, and discuss with them and come back and then set your goal or target. So what are the points you will be discussing? Their past performance. Okay. What else? Sales volume. Very good. Credit sales, profit margin, wastage rate, right? So these are different items you will be discussing. After that, once you come back, all these 10 people, they will set their goal and I'm sure that everybody's goal will be very much closer and similar kind. Everybody's goal will be very much similar and closer, right? That means previously these persons set the goal without analyzing some items. What are these items? These items are indicators, the performance indicator of the business. Sales, profit ratio, wastage rate, credit sales, these, that, etc. All are performance indicator for the business. So, without knowing the performance indicator, if you set your target or goal, that goal may not be realistic. So that's why Bernard Marr, one of the scholar in this performance area, he said, of course, goal comes first, but there is a but. Before setting goal, if you can culture, if you can analyze the indicators, then your goal will be much more perfect. So that means it's go hand on hand. It's together. It's not that first you set goal and then set the indicators. No, you need to culture the indicators in back in mind, right? Wonderful. So there's the goal issues. So sometimes goal setting influenced by the performance indicator. That's why I said sometimes goal setting influenced by the performance indicator. And measures or measurement tools or source of information. Whatever you are setting as a goal, as a target, as an indicator, but you need to have a data set. You need to have information. Okay. So instrument, tools, record through which we measure the performance. That is called source, where we are getting the information, right? The information source, that is called measures or measurement tools or source of information. For example, balance sheet for measuring the organization performance, leave record or leave report for identifying the leaves, sales volume for measuring the performance of salespeople. Okay. Now, to start with, there are three things here: objective, KPI, and initiatives. For writing objectives, we need to start with verb. But for writing KPI, start with this symbol. That is very important. And if you say that, Mr. Zaidi, if I'm not starting with this symbol, will that not be correct? It could be correct. I'm not saying it is not correct, but I say it, which is a standard version, right? It is a standard version and it helps you. If you use this symbol, it helps you to make a correct form of KPI. Okay. So for objective, start with verb like increase customer satisfaction. For KPI, if it is any kinds of value, then start with dollar sign. Revenue per client. It's a value. If it is number, use hashtag. Complaints received. If it is any percentage, use the percent form. And there is no other items. There is no items which cannot be covered under this three symbol. Okay. So start with this one. And then initiative, start with the noun. That is CRM software implementation. So sometimes for achieving KPI, we need to establish some initiatives. That's why it comes here. So there are three things. Particularly, we need to take notes, very, very important notes, that if we want to write KPI, start with these three symbols. Okay. Now, let me share a Google form. Okay, in the chat box, I have shared a Google form. Click it, and there are a couple of items which is KPI and which is not KPI. You just select which is KPI. Click which is KPI. Take 1 minute time. Is this form working?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay. Good number of responses we have seen. Very good. Very good. No, target and goal is more or less similar. If it is, I mean, sometimes goal can be written in a very bigger sentence, but target is a very specific numbers or anything. That's why for shorter version we set as a target. If it is a goal, then there will be a form. There will be a sentence, full-fledged sentence. Okay, so let me come back to the slides again, and I'm sharing with you which is KPI and which is not. You can I mean match with your answer. Percent of employee satisfaction, it's KPI because it is connected with performance and it is a matrix. Look, there are two things, matrix and KPI. Matrix means anything numeric value is called matrix, even if it is not, if it may not be connected with the performance. But if it is an indicator, it must be a matrix and must be connected with performance. So percent of employee satisfaction is connected with performance, so it is KPI. The turnover, the volume of sales, actually it is also KPI. Finalized project by 31 December. According to our statement, we said that we cannot start with verb. So it is started with verb. So it is goal. Number of clients from referral, of course, it is a matrix and it is connected with the performance. Then number of employees, it is not KPI. Why? It is matrix. There is no options here, no issues that I mean, if any company having 500 people or 2000 people, doesn't make sense that the performance is better or worse. So that's why it is not KPI. So employees is not connected with the performance right now here for this particular case. Percent of project delivered on time, yes, it is. Then quality, again, it is a result area, right? Percent of defect rate, yes, it is an indicator. Budget, it is exactly connected with the number of employees, so it is not connected with the performance. And increased market share is like this one, so it is also not KPI. Okay, so I think now it is more understandable to you which is KPI and which is not. How to write KPI? You see, all these KPIs has been written with a symbol. So it is suggested. It is suggested. You can follow this one. The characteristics of KPI-based PMS: objective-oriented assessment system, holistic view of performance, unbiased PMS. There is no option for bias because it is the result is coming through a number. So there is no option for putting marks. And it is balanced, balancing with different aspects like balanced scorecard or leading, lagging, etc. etc. Okay. All right. So from all this discussion, if we come up with a, I mean, gist item for KPI, what it will be? It is indicator. It is not target. Right? KPI is only indicator. It is not target. Then it is universal. What does universal mean? Universal means, for example, if I'm asking or if I'm writing a KPI for HR, right? Like lead time to hire. That is one KPI for HR. Maybe cost per hire. Now, wherever you are working, in the manufacturing industry, in service sector, in banks, in education institute, everywhere your KPI will be like this. So irrespective of the industry, Rather, if it is the same profession, HR, finance, project management, production, etc., you will have similar kind of KPI that is called universal. Okay, maybe due to the business nature change, a very few 5-10% KPI could be changed, but in majority cases it is more or less similar kind, that is called universal. Okay, oh, sorry. Then aligned, I told in the previous example how it is being aligned. I gave the example for setting KPI for the organization, then coming back to the department, then coming back to individual. All these three are aligned to each other. One is connected with others. That means all individuals KPI can contribute to the departmental KPI achievement. All departmental KPI can contribute to the organizational KPI achievement. That is called cascading, or that is called alignment. Then relevant. What does relevant means here? Suppose you are working in the HR department, a junior level officer, and you are responsible for organizing interview for the recruitment section. You're organizing interview. So for organizing interview, what you need to do, you need to communicate with 5 board members: the director, the CEO, the department heads, the HR heads. These 5 members, they are the board of the, interview board, member of the interview board. So connecting with them, getting the consensus date and time, and organize the interview. You have a KPI called number of days to organize interview. Number of days to organize interview. That is the KPI you have. Okay. So suppose number of days to organize interview. This is the KPI you do have. Now, what you are going to do after closing the circular, once you all receive the CVs, then from that day, how many days you are taking to arrange the interview. That is what your KPI. And your target is, the target have been set, say 10 days. Target is 10 days. Now, for all our senior people, you are asking at the date, and CEO says on that day, MD said, no, it is not possible for me. Head says that, no, go with that one. So every time it takes longer time, like 20 days, 25 days, 30 days. Okay. Now, at the end of the year, your KPI is not achieved. Why? Because you could not organize within the 10 days time. Now, question is it because of your skill set or any other issues? Of course, it is not because of your skill set. The people who will be conducting the interview, if they are not giving date to you, what can you do? Can you influence the managing director or the director as being a executive or junior level HR officer? No, it is not. So that is called relevancy. If these issues are not under your control and you put KPI on my shoulder, probably you can change me, you can fire me, you can hire another person. That person will also cannot achieve this KPI, because the KPI you set, it is not relevant. That is called relevancy. That means I need to have control. Yes, of course, I'm liable. So for me, it can be 50%, and for the other board members can be 50%. Then it is okay. Then it is okay. So that is called the relevancy part. And then standard measurement tools. Whatever you set KPI, you need to put standard measurement tools or the source of information from where you will get the achievement information. That is called standard measurement tools, and cascade down to the individual level. Of course, it should be cascaded to the individual level, and it must be a numeric value. KPI cannot be without numeric. It's not at all possible to have it on a subjective. So it must be on a numeric value. Okay. So these are the KPI insights. There are different types of KPI. What is this? As per contribution, strategic, and operational. What does it mean? Strategic KPI means the KPI which is connected with the business goal. That is called strategic KPI. And the KPI which is connected with day-to-day operation, that is called operational KPI. Okay. So usually for the senior level, the more strategic KPIs are there. For the junior level, more operational KPIs are there. That is what we set used to. As per result chain, there are three types: output oriented, outcome oriented, impact oriented. As I told earlier, if it is leadership is concerned, you need to go for impact. So output means immediate result, outcome means short-term result, impact means long-term result. So that is the result chain. Result chain having three items. One is immediate, then another is like short-term, mid-term, and long-term. You can say like this: short-term, mid-term, and long-term. Okay. Then as per focus, there are two types. One is leading, another is lagging. That is very important for KPI. Leading means process oriented, task oriented. Lagging means result oriented. I repeat, leading means process oriented or task oriented. Lagging means result oriented. For example, and of course, to become leading and lagging, there should be a relation. There should be dependency. Say, for example, if I give an example, then it will be much easier for you to understand. Say, number of sales call per day. That means a person, a sales officer, how many calls this person is making per day. And another is volume of sales achievement. So can you please tell me which depends on what, or is there any relationship? Both are independent or one is dependent on others? You can write in the chat box. I'm following. Question is, these are the two KPIs. Okay. Is there any relation within these two? Which one is dependent on what? Winty and low. Very good. Ejatu. Wonderful. Okay. That means if you do more sales call, you will achieve more achievement, more sales. So this is depend on that. The independent one is called leading and dependent one is called lagging. I repeat, the independent one is leading and dependent one is lagging. Or you can say task is leading, result is lagging. Or you can say which comes first is leading, which comes later is lagging. So first you are visiting customer, then you are achieving this, right? So this is leading and that is lagging. So to become leading and lagging, number one condition is there should be a relationship. And second condition is which one comes first, which is independent, that is a leading, and which is dependent, which comes later, that is lagging. Okay. I'm sure it is now understood by you. Now here, one very important thing that the leading and lagging, it can be it can be changing, agile type, changing by positions. Here you can see, for example, percent of employee engagement and service lead time, right? For this pair, this one and this one. So which one is leading and which one is lagging? Can you write in the chat box? Percent of employee engagement and service lead time. Which one is leading and which one is lagging? Make it shorter. Again. Suppose this one is 1, it is 2. Service lead time is lagging and employee. Yes, okay, good. So here, this one is leading. If employee engagement is more, it can reduce the service lead time. Now, for these two, service lead time and customer satisfaction, it is going to be leading, it is going to be lagging. So you can see for these two, it was lagging. For these two, it comes as leading. Got the point? So what I was trying to make you understand that due to the position, the leading can become lagging. That as like an input and output. Input is always leading, output is always lagging. So for these two, this is the input and this is the output. For these two, this is the input and this is the output. For these two, this is the input and this is the output. So everywhere, once you are going one step upper, so you are becoming the previous one becoming the leading indicator. Okay. I'm sure that you understood perfectly for the leading and lagging, because that is very important for KPI setting, leading and lagging indicator. And then as per measurement, qualitative and quantitative. There is another criteria, qualitative and quantitative. Now, previously we told that KPI means quantity. There is no options for qualitative assessment for KPI. Okay. Now we are telling about the qualitative KPI. How come it is possible? Yes, it is possible. The number which measure the quality, that is called qualitative KPI. It is not subjective. Again, it is also objective. It is also numeric. The number which measure the quality, that is called qualitative KPI, and the number which measures the quantity, that is called quantitative KPI. Okay. So now I can share with you another Google form. Which one is qualitative and which one is quantitative? You can tell us. I mean, which one is qualitative KPI? You just measure that. You click on that. Which one is qualitative KPI? You will click on that. So let me share the form link again. Another Google form link. You just click and then yes, you can ask the question.
Sorry, sir. I remember you told us that if someone need to prepare KPIs, the organization in particular must hire consultant so that they can prepare KPIs. But I remember when we are teaching us the issue of KPIs, especially how to make KPI team, you told us that you can take different experts within organization so that you can inform them as a team, of which now they can be team with multiple or different expertise so that they can make KPIs. are you now going contrary to what you taught us, or you can do together? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, I mean, as I told you that inside of the organization, if you want to set KPI, of course, you need to have a KPI project team. Okay, so it will be helpful because of if that the KPI team must have expertise on every function. So one person may not be expert on every function until he or she is a consultant. Even though if you're hiring a consultant, they will also take assistance from your expert people. So the very tricky thing here, consultant will take money by using your expertise only. But one of the process for setting the KPI. However, of course, if you are I mean capable, if you are capable, then you no need to have, I mean, any consultant in the organization. Okay. All right. So let me share the my presentation once again. Okay. So that is the I mean what we have received. The turnover, it is purely number. So it is not qualitative KPI. Production cycle time, that is also purely number. There is no quality reflecting here. Brand image, that is quality. So it is qualitative KPI, but it is number again, right? So this number indicates or measure the quality. Customer satisfaction score, also measuring the quality. Equipment utilization rate, it is not quality. Error rate, yes, it is qualitative. Percent of employee engagement, yes, it is. Operating cost, no. Market share, no. Service quality rating, yes. So that means the KPI, the number which measures the quality, that is called qualitative KPI. Okay. All right. So now, I mean, there are another part for our presentation. I will be starting that part after 15 minutes. Now we will do a presentation which is called the our CKPIs program. You know that we are going to start our CKPIs program from the 29th probably, right? Or 1st of October, 1st of November. What time? Nazmul, when is the class? Nazmul, can you hear me? Okay, after 2 weeks actually. All right, so I'm sharing again my screen with the KPI course details so that you can understand how credible the course is. So if anyone is interested, they can join the course, and of course, I guarantee you that you can become capable to develop your KPI in your organization. There are so many examples, so many records are there. After successful completion of our program, they are capable to develop the KPI. Okay. So that is World Academy itself. World Academy is one of the pioneer and premier organization in certification institute. We have our presence in 65 countries, and we do have 200 plus programs from academic to certified, and our alumni is 30,000 plus and 130 instructors from 14 countries. As I told you, I'm right now presenting this presentation from our London office. And why it is the right choice? Because it is one of the largest professional certification institute based in United Kingdom, globally accepted credentials, and our fees are very much affordable, and we do have flexible payment plan, wide range of programs. Wherever you are working, in which department doesn't matter, you will find suitable course with us. 30 plus master's level program, 150 certified programs, 40 diploma programs. So all these things are with us, with World Academy. We are globally recognized organizations. We are NQL accredited from institute. We are Cambridge Academy Professionals validated institute. We are ProfQual UK accredited institute, Board of HR certification, SHRM, HRCI, and ATD. These are the three very giant HR certification bodies in USA, and that is from UK. So these all are, aligned with us, affiliated with us. We are globally affiliated with different organizations and universities, and we set our mission 2030 very clean and loud, clean and clear, to become the number one professional certification institute in the world, having presence in 100 countries. Two parts. Number one, to become number one within 2030, inshallah, and also having 100 countries presence. We do have around 11, 12 physical offices in different countries. So this number will be 100 within 2030, inshallah. That is our mission 2030. With the blessing of Almighty, we are going to achieve it very soon. We have done so far a couple of physical activities, like we did our graduation ceremony, our certification awarding ceremony, our graduation ceremony in Kenya in August 2025. And also we did our conference in Kenya, Global Professional Summit 2025 in August. Then also we have done our graduation ceremony in Uganda. So in Uganda, we did it in August 2025 again. And also there was a HR conference called International People's Summit 2025. That is also in Uganda. And also we have done our third graduation ceremony in Tanzania in this year. In August 2025, around 60 plus people attended this ceremony, and there is a conference called Global Professional Summit 2025. 150 plus professionals attended this conference as well. So these are very recent, significant achievement for World Academy. And this program, Certified KPI Specialist, is validated and quality assured by Cambridge Academy of Professional UK and Institute of KPI Specialist. This program is also recognized by HRCI, SHRM, and ATD for certification points or credits. And this is the digital badge you will be receiving after successful completion of the program, right? The badge will be issued by Cridley. And this is the sample certificate you will receive, also a transcript as well. So you see the CKPIs, you can write this CKPIs beside your name once you complete this program. We have completed 16 batches so far, and 17 batches is running. 596 professionals from 45 countries so far till now have completed this CKPIS program. And as I told you, there are so many records that once they completed from our programs, they deploy KPI-based system in their organization without any help of the consultant. And these are our programs where people are working, group of companies, banks, government, pharmaceuticals, so many organizations in different countries, in manufacturing, in NGOs, say UNDP is a United Nations organization. So different areas. What are the features? 4 months duration, live online class. So class will be conducting like this. So through the Zoom apps and with some sort of practices and practical example. This is the course where you will find a significant improvement on every class. After achieving one class, after attending one class, you find that there are some improvements within you regarding this. This is a technical session. So there will be a lot of exercise and assignments and activities during this program. Class will be on Friday, 2 to 4 p.m. GMT, free books and materials, and live interaction through the learning management system. Job-oriented learning, focus on competency framework, extensive practice, simulation exercises, okay? The learning portfolio for CKPI is 8 practical focused modules, 24 competencies, 24 learning objectives, 80 guided questions, 10 live sessions, and 10 group activities. For each session, there will be at least one group activity, okay? And also individual activity as I did today, like this. The class will be conducted through the Zoom apps, 2 hours per session, total 10 sessions, that means 20 hours. Review and question answer will be there. Class recording we shall provide, and you can attend the exam the makeup exam also without any further fees. Class notification you will receive, and attendance will be recorded. So during the session, use your full name. Some people already have enrolled. They are here today, I'm sure. So for you, that is an orientation also. Just I'm giving you the brief how this course will be conducted. Then assessment part. There are, final exam, written exam. So 200 marks, 5 questions, 40 marks for each question, 120 minutes exam. So you need to qualify this exam at the rate of 70% qualifying marks. And there will be assignments. One is pre-course. It is not connected with the assessment. You will receive the pre-course by tomorrow itself. And then class-based assignment or module-based assignment, there will be a total couple of assignments you need to do and one capstone project. So for all this, the qualifying marks is 70%. And also there will be a group work and presentation at the end of the course. We will prepare group and you need to do this group work and presentation. So these are the assessment framework, the total marking, and everywhere you need to pass separately with the 70% marks. And the certificate will be issued, the digital certificate, electronic one, within 7 to 10 days. And the printed one, we will issue 4 times in a year. So whenever your class is completed, result is published, you will receive in the next available slot. So this program, the curriculum I'm going to tell you, you see the objectives, understanding the foundation, define, classify, and differentiate between different types of KPIs. So it will be covered. There are different objectives, there are different goals, key result areas, apply multiple KPI design framework, KPI-based, task-based, balanced scorecard. So how can you design KPI? What are the frameworks you will be using for developing KPIs? Which one is suitable for which type of industries? That will be discussed. Develop governance system. So the KPI documentation or data collection and governance system, how can you develop it? That will be discussed. Design and deliver effective KPI dashboards and performance reports. So there will be 2 sessions combining that how you can do, if you do not have any software from the scratch, how can you develop a KPI dashboard to monitor, to track progress, and to improve the KPIs in your organization. Apply predictive and root cause analysis to KPI performance gap, and lead KPI project from concept to execution. I told you earlier, concept to execution, starting to ending. Okay, build organizational competencies for sustaining a performance-driven culture. These are the learning outcomes you will be receiving, and these are the modules. You see, anatomy of performance management, where you will be receiving, you will be learning a basic and foundation of the performance management system. That is called anatomy, the basic about the performance management system. Then introduction to key performance indicator. So the very basic about the KPI, then aligning vision, mission, and goals with the KRA and KPI. How this KPI and KRA will be aligned with the vision, mission of the company. Then methods for KPI designing, one of the very important module. What are the different methods? KRA based, task based, leading versus lagging, balanced scorecard or impact formula. Then KPI governance, documentation, data collection, and accountability, and visual storytelling, which is the KPI dashboarding. So how you can develop your dashboard, KPI dashboard through Excel, that will be discussed in these 2 sessions. And KPI analytics mastery, from numbers to business insights. How can you analyze KPI? What are the analytical feedbacks you need to take care for designing or developing business decision? And finally, KPI project implementation. So as I told you that KPI should be a project. So starting to ending, how this KPI project can be implemented as a consultant, as an internal consultant. How can you do this? What are the steps, sequence, methods you will be following? So that will be discussed. All these 8 modules will make you master on KPI setting. Okay, I'm sure that you understand perfectly. And these are, module wise, you can see the competencies: performance mapping, critical analysis, the strategic alignment. Then for module 2, KPI literacy, analytical thinking, and measurement skills. Module 3, strategic mapping, goal cascading, alignment skills. Then 4, KPI design mastery, analytical comparison and framework application. So this is very, very important, right? And then module 5, governance skills, data management and documentation proficiency. Module 6, visualization skills, storytelling proficiency and communication competency. Module 7, analytical intelligence, insight generation and decision support. And module 8, which is KPI project implementation, the project management, change management and continuous improvement. So these are the module wise different learning points. Okay, so this program is being starting from 31st of October. If anyone is interested, they can join the program. Okay, now again I'm going to start my presentation of today's KPI blueprint. So another types of KPI is called balanced scorecard base. So according to the balanced scorecard, there are 4 types: financial, learning and growth, internal business process and operational, and customer. These are the 4 types according to the balanced scorecard method. So BSC methods. These are the 4 types of KPI. Financial means anything connected with the finance. Learning and growth means anything connected with soft skills. Internal business process means the productivity or operational areas. This, and customer means which is connected with the customer. So according to the balanced scorecard, these are the 4 criteria through which we can measure the performance. Now I will ask you to do an individual task again. I'm sure that you have now expert in writing KPI. So what you can do, you can again click on the link, click on the link, then write one task what you are going to do in your organization and write one KPI for that task. Okay, so we will evaluate how much we learned, and then of course we will give you feedback that what would be the better option. So write one last slide. Okay, I will repeat the last slide. Okay, this time I'm going to share with you the KPI. I think you can see my screen. That is your answers. So I'm going to show you how it can be improved. Okay. Time to fill, fair enough, but you can put a symbol like hashtag before that. Percent of training compensation based on annual plan, training completion. Okay, good. Number of people hired, very good. Updating finding to production, no. Updating, no. It is var. You cannot write this, right? So KPI, this is another one, this is fine. Number of time taken, okay. Number of process maps, okay. Proper candidate identified, no, 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 no. Number of employee absent, scores of the exam, that is okay, though there is no symbol, but the score itself is a symbolic, I mean, wordings. Produce 3 users, no, you cannot write KPI with verb. Number of meetings, it's okay, it's okay. Percent of compliance of submission, percent of compliance of submission of report on time, yes, that is okay. Then number of days of completing audit, okay. Scores of the exam results, number of employees absent, proper candidate identify, oh. Then at this 150 due is okay, it's okay. Number of HR processes automated, okay. Then this one very big, it is not. Report of number, no. To achieve, no. Avoid, no. Number of audits conducted, yes it is. Council, no. Time taken, could be, but better if you can put the figures or the symbols. Business growth, how can we measure? We need to write it, okay. Anyway, so thank you very much for your participations, wonderful participations for this activity again. So I'm again sharing my screen with my presentation once again. So now you can see how I mean, I as I give you the guideline and also give you the feedback, whatever you have written, how can you improve it? Okay, that is how we can write the, I mean, KPI. So the types of KPI for the balanced scorecard, someone was asking for repeating. One is financial, anything connected with the finance, that is financial. Anything connected with learning and growth, that is soft skill related, that is called learning and growth, I mean HR related KPIs. Anything connected with efficiency, effectivity, productivity, then it is called internal business process. And anything connected with customer, that is called customer types KPI. So these are the 4 types of KPI according to the BSc. The principles of KPI writing. Commonly, once you are writing KPI, you need to follow these principles. I mean, KPI for individual, for organization, for department, whatever it is. You need to follow this principle. Number one, be specific. Very, very specific. Must be numerically measured. So, number focused. Your symbol at the starting, as we discussed, must have source of evidence-based data to calculate achievement. So, from where we will get this data, that you need to declare, and must have calculation formula. Must have calculation formula, how to calculate. Okay, so these are very specific principles of KPI we need to follow. This is the steps for organization or departmental KPI. For these 2 types, organization and departmental KPI, we can follow these 10 steps. Number one, start with strategy. Analyze your organization strategy. What the organization is going to achieve. Secondly, define the key goals. So from the strategy, identify some key goals. Then choose what to measure. From this goal, what to measure. Then write the KPI statement. That is KPI. So in the 4th step, you are writing the KPI. Then assign the ownership. Who is the owner for this KPI? Then set the targets and benchmark in against of every KPI. Then define the data source and frequency. I mean, from where we will get the data and in which frequency we will be collecting the data. Is it weekly, monthly, yearly, or quarterly, whatever it is. Then step 8, set measurement formula. How can we measure it? What is the formula we are going to use. Then step 9, monitor and review regularly. So you need to monitor and review on a regular basis. And number 10, refine and improve. Once you are achieving, once you are measuring, then you can think whether it is okay or you need to refine, redesign, etc. etc. Okay, so that is 10 steps for organization or departmental KPI writing. And the 9 step for individual KPI writing. This is for individual level. That was for departmental organization. This is for individual. Step 1, link to departmental or organizational goal. So what you need to do, you need to link the departmental and organizational goal. Then step 2, define the individual's role and responsibilities. So for individual level, the roles and responsibility you need to define. Then step 3, choose what to measure. Then write the KPI statement. Step 4. Then set the targets and benchmarks, define the data source, set measurement formula, monitor and review, and refine and improve. So this is the, 9-step step, for setting the individual level KPI. And what is KRA based approach? KRA means key result area. Say for example, for HR manager, the KRA could be recruitment is one KRA, performance management is one KRA, then employee separation or compensation management could be one KRA. So these are broad areas called result area. So under each broad area, you need to set indicators. That is called KRA based approach. First, identify what are the broad areas, then identify what are the indicators for these broad areas. Okay. Now, the objectives. I told you earlier that this is the objective, right? Option 1 is smart objectives. Nowadays, these objectives are decomposed, breaking down to different components. You see here, there are 5 components for these objectives. Increase market share to 28% by the end of the financial year under marketing director coordination. So here, the original objective is increase market share. That is what I want to achieve. Increase market share. Then what is the KPI? Percent of market share. What is the target? 28%. What is the timeline? By the end of financial year. Who is the owner? Marketing director. Now see, if you write like this, how much it is easy to understand? Or if you write like this, how much it is easy to understand? That's why nowadays a big objective has been splitted down in separate items and make it decomposed like this. Got it? It is more easy to understand. It is more, easy to monitor for the progress. For this one, the objective is to obtain profit before interest tax. Up to this. That is the objective. KPI is volume. This is the million, right? $1 million. So this is the volume. KPI. Target is this much. Timeline, this. Owner, this. Okay. This is how we decompose. So drive passive measures into powerful business drivers. I told you earlier, that is drive formula. What is drive formula? D for define a strategic goal. R for replace activity with impact. I for integrate leading and lagging. V for visualize and communicate. E for empower through accountability. So that is drive formula for making KPI as a powerful business driver. And that is the KPI formula. Keep it aligned. Prioritize the vital. Not very big number of KPIs, not 10, 15, 20 KPIs. Rather make it concise and impact over activity. So both we will measure, but we need to consider the impact very prioritizedly. That is called KPI formula. Keep it aligned, prioritize the vital few, impact over activity. Okay. Now what I am going to share with you, I just want to show you one thing, very important thing. This CKPIS program, what I have shown to you, at the end of the program, the capstone project, what we are going to share with you, and you people will, submit this project. You can see how depth it is. There are 25 departments. Out of this 25 department, every people will need to work for 5 departments at least. Right? These are the 5 departments for everyone. So now this is a chart where you need to put your organization details. These are the information. Now for task 2, KPI for 2025, considering this information, you need to prepare according to BSC perspective, balanced scorecard perspective. You need to prepare 8 objective and 8 KPI, or 4 objectives and 8 KPIs for the organization. This is called OKPI. Okay, considering these aspects. Then for the department, as you need to work 5 department. So department 1, you need to identify objective and KPI for department 1. So 4 KPI here. And very interesting is this KPI is connected with which organization KPI. You need to write the number. Like there are 8 organization KPI. So for this KPI, is it connecting with OKPI 1, 2, 3, which number? That means the cascading and alignment is there or not. And then for this department, you need to fill up 3 layers of individual, like department head. There's a senior level. For department head, you need to use impact formula based method and write the KPI. Then it is connected with which departmental KPI. Alignment is which departmental KPI you need to mention. Then how to calculate this? What is the source of information? Then for mid level, you need to write the KPI based on leading, lagging, and what is the alignment, how to calculate, what is the source of information. And this is for junior level. You need to make it KRA based, and then write the KPI, department, etc. So this is one department. For other 4 departments, for each department there are departmental KPI and 3 layers of individual level KPI. So these are 22 tasks you need to complete, where around 122 KPIs, which all are aligned for the organization. Now tell me, if anyone can complete this assignment and qualify, pass it at 70% passing rate, passing marks, how much this person will be capable to done this, KPI project in the organization. Got the point? So that is how credible this CKPIs program is. So it's really a wonderful program. You can measure your improvement on every class. I told you there is a very much technical one. So every session you will be learning a lot of things how to do. Okay. KRA means key result area. That is the example means recruitment, performance management. What are the broader aspects of your result area? So you are working for different. Suppose you are working in a factory, manufacturing plant, and you are establishing aisles marking, fire extinguisher. These so many things. Why? To become compliant. So the result area is compliance. Okay. So that is how the result area is be workable. Okay. So I think I'm done with my presentation also. That is the last slide probably. Keep it aligned. Yes. So any questions so far in your mind? You can write in the chat box or raise your hand. I'll give you. Writing KPIs for the organization. These are some 10 steps, right? Writing KPIs for the organization. These are some 10 steps nothing very difficult one. So I can share with you. I can again share, as you said. These are the 10 steps. Any question from anyone? You can raise hand or you can write in the chat box. I'm following. I'm sure that you people become benefited from this program, because I was trying to, I mean, share some trackable items which you can take away from this program, and you can apply this in your organization for implementing KPI based system. At least some basic understanding you do have. If I'm talking about 2 3 key points, number one is the writing KPI principle. Put it on a, this symbol based. That is one very important. Secondly, never amalgamate KPI and objective together. Make it separate always. Okay. All right. You raised hand. Okay, please ask questions. Ephraim, come out, please. Yes.
Yeah, Rupak, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I have one question. Could you share some practical tips on how I can regularly track and review my KPIs to ensure consistency improvement rather than waiting for end of period evaluation?
Very simple. If you, just think about, like, your KPI is, say, uh, percent of employee turnover. For example, you are working in HR. Your KPI is percent of employee turnover. Percent of employee turnover. Now your target is less than 3%. Okay, that is your target. Now, if you measure on every month your achievement, in January it is 7%, in February it is 8%, in March it is 5%. So you can track it easily. So the only option is, for tracking, you need to make sure you are reporting it. You are calculating and make a report, and the report contains some consistency of the data, or the consequences of different months. So if you can put on different months data, you can compare, you can identify the trend analysis, where to go, and you know that your target is this. So how can you improve? You can identify that one. Okay, that is the only option. How can we improve our KPI achievement? By using the monitoring tools. Thank you. Any other question? If not, we can conclude it here today. So it's really a very pleasant experience with you people. So thank you once again for joining this program, KPI Blueprint. And of course, we are very much grateful to you, as you have spared your time and attended this program all the way at the end, up to end. It's around 1 hour and 45 minutes we have passed so far. So it's really very, pleasant. And also you are participating for 2 3 exercises. That is also a good thing. Oh, yes. Thank you very much for joining from Brunei as well. No, you will get the certificate. No worries. You will get the certificate. Those who have joined, you will get the certificate. And of course, if you feel that the course, what I've shared, the certified KPI specialist, is only for the professional, even if you are not joining, you can share through your timeline, Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, so that other people can be interested. If they are interested, they can join with us. So Nazmul, can you please share the flyer, updated flyer in the chat box, so that they can share through their timeline? Afroza Smriti, actually, I mean, that will be shared in different sessions. The other organization's KPI, it is not permissible to share, but how to write KPI, that is what we are trying to, I mean, establish here. Nazbol, is the flyer available so that you can share through the chat box?
Yes, sir, I'm sharing. Actually, my net is buffering.
Okay, okay. All right. So, dear delegates, so thank you very much once again for joining us, and it's really very pleasant part. Please pray for us, and of course, cooperate with us. I mean, give your best effort to develop World Academy as a footprint globally, and we are really working very hard to develop different research-based, competency-based certification programs for professionals, so that you can become I mean, you can have a proof source that you are competent in this particular areas. So you will be I mean, receiving different I mean, certifications from World Academy. We are going to be the largest certification organization in the world. Take care, and thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening from my side.